Let me tell you about my day.
You're about to lose this company $972 million.
I'm sorry. I got fired by a film.
I cry a lot lately.
I got dumped by an Ellen. Do you love me?
Yes.
Good, I'll call. And then, when things couldn't get any worse,
Drew, it's your sister. I have some really bad news.
I'll bring him home.
Louisville, Kentucky, huh? Home business or family?
My dad,
He's okay, right?
he's...
Just like your daddy.
I hope you're gonna stay for a while.
Uncle Mitch always wanted us to meet. Everybody says we look alike. Weird, huh? Like looking in a mirror.
This is your blood.
Life and death and life right next door to each other.
Right here is your grandfather. He had 3 nipples. He had 3 nipples.
Hello?
Hello, stranger.
Wait a second. I'll be right back. Hello?
You have to come home. She's out of control.
You will not defeat me.
We're gonna make it.
I need to call you right back.
No problem. Just dial hell and I'll answer.
We were actually gonna drive down here together. We were supposed to get to know each other better as adults next year.
Someone dug a hole 6 long feet in the ground. I
have this thing for you. It's a very unique map. It's for your road trip home. Roll down your window.
I've had some time to think about it. And I watch the sun sink like a stone. I've had some time.
This is your life. Let's do something interesting with it.
On a long ride home.
Dad, we should have taken this trip years ago.
I like you. What?
I think you should eat something.
I've had some time to think about you.
Please don't take this as rejection.
I really don't.
Right home.
Hi, I'm Cameron Crowe, and I wanted to tell you a little bit about how this movie Elizabethtown came about. It started about 3 summers ago, and my wife, who's a musician, had convinced me to go and travel with her on her tour and travel across country from the east heading west. And I got on this bus, and about a day and a half into it, I woke up one morning and looked out the window, and there were the electric blue-green landscapes of Kentucky whizzing by. And immediately I knew I had to get off this tour bus and just get lost in Kentucky. And I was traveling around, just feeling that environment, and out of nowhere came the story of Elizabethtown. Kentucky was my dad's home state, and it's very much a part of my family's history, but I hadn't been back there since his funeral several years earlier.
This loss will be met by a hurricane of love.
The amazing thing is it's about so much of the family that I never knew I had until my father passed away. And immediately I kind of became reconnected with all these people that were part of my family tree, part of the family roots. And, you know, people that looked a little bit like me.
Uncle Mitch always wanted us to meet. Everybody says we look alike. Weird, huh? It's like looking in a mirror.
But it took me a while to realize that these strangers were not strangers at all. They were very much part of my whole family tree. And making this movie for me was the last little part of that trail leading me back to this guy who was my dad.
We should have taken this trip years ago.
Come pick me up.
And the movie is the story of Drew Baylor, played by Orlando Bloom, who realizes that great loss and pain and even tragedy can be an avenue towards a new life and great positivity and opportunity. It's the kind of movie where you meet a whole cast of characters, along with a character played by Kirsten Dunst named Claire Colburn.
Good morning.
Who is a warrior for positivity, and her goal is to represent the life force. So This movie really is a love song to that life force. And hopefully when it's over, you might feel that feeling when you walk outside. This is what it's like to be truly alive.
I'm learning to fly, but I ain't got wings.
And that was the original intent of Elizabethtown. It's a movie from the heart. And it begins with an ending, and it ends with a beginning. And I'm very proud of it because I think it is one of those kinds of movies where you meet people that you might know in your life. What they have is a secret to your own lineage and everything that you really are. And I wanted these people to populate the movie, people that hopefully you won't soon forget.
I'm learning to fly, but I ain't got wings.
It feels like this movie has so many different stories combined.
And so many different layers.
It's a story about love, it's a story about loss.
It's a Cameron Crowe movie where it's all about the intimate moments in between people.
Maybe not even a love story, it's a life story.
In this movie, you immerse yourself in life.
Well, it started out.
Elizabethtown is completely about the experience that wasn't present in Almost Famous or Vanilla Sky. It's about the relationship with my family, my dad's side of the family.
He gets a phone call saying his dad's dead. He's sent as an emissary to get down there and deal with it. What this movie does is bring you into that world of like, what is more important? What is really more important? And for Drew, it's been work and career, and suddenly he's introduced to his family in a whole new way.
You look just like your daddy.
We hope you're gonna stay for a while.
We all have family members, friends that we lose touch with, and we just don't, sometimes we just don't even know. It was an amazing place to shoot in. I've been to the major cities, but not like to like the Heartland as it's called, and it really has a big heart. It was like there's a whole different existence.
I always had Orlando Bloom's face in my head, even though he was British, and this was a real American story.
I think there was a chance for him to show a lot of openness, and he's never done anything like this before.
To put him with Kirsten Dunst, who's kind of quintessentially American, was something that I just did on instinct.
Claire represents all that is possible in this world.
It was one of the best characters that I've ever read for a woman my age.
She kind of embodied that character of Claire.
Louisville.
I'll keep that in mind.
Home visits her family.
He meets a effervescent, irrepressibly positive flight attendant who immediately makes a project out of him. She's got to cheer him up. The movie was always meant to start with death and end with life. And that's what happens, I think, in Drew's journey.
Starts Friday, October 14th.
Every movie I've ever written or directed has started with music. There's nothing more powerful than when the right piece of music marries with the right piece of film and takes you to that emotional place, because then both get better. And it happened with Elizabethtown.
The two sides of this family have never integrated well, so don't expect to make a lot of friends when you go there.
Drew doesn't make friends, Mom.
I have friends.
You know, I had a notebook filled with music for Elizabethtown. You know, the notebook filled with music is like this. The script is like that.
Louisville, Kentucky, huh?
Actually, nearly, though.
Louisville.
I'll keep that in mind.
The final version of Elizabethtown is filled with music. I love the idea of somebody going to a movie and knowing that you're gonna get a cinematic mixtape too.
You look just like your daddy.
We hope you're gonna stay for a while.
Uncle Mitch always wanted us to meet. Everybody says we look alike. Weird, huh? It's like looking in a mirror.
It's an opportunity to program your own radio station,
Don't I hold you like you wanna be?
where you can go from Elton John to Ryan Adams to Dave Brubeck to an obscure gospel artist like Washington Phillips. And all of a sudden what you have isn't just one little niche of music, but it sounds like the world. It sounds like life. It sounds like America. And it all works.
I ran out of Jack and Tripoli.
Hello, stranger.
I wanted to tell you the truth.
Good Lord.
Things really are black and
Every
white.
day needs a purpose.
I can't believe I'm telling this to somebody.
Tom Petty has provided a lot of the powerful songs in the movie. I think he's just naturally one of the voices that works in Elizabethtown.
You and your dad were close. Oh, very close. I knew him very, very well. Very, very well. Yeah, I don't know my father very well either.
Why go out and ask a lot of people to write original music when there's so much music that already exists that's underheard and underplayed and underappreciated?
Come pick me up, take me out, steal my records, screw on my friends.
And in that way, there was that one early nugget, My Father's Gun, that was on Elton John's album Tumbleweed Connection,
This day on,
that I always felt was a part of Elizabethtown.
my father's gone. We dug a shallow grave.
We auditioned Orlando to that song, and it just worked. And I would go home and listen to that video of Orlando acting to My Father's Gun a lot. And I would start to put the movie together visually based around that, knowing that that song and that actor were going to work together.
The real me is a spectacular failure.
You're always trying to break up with me, and we're not even together.
We're not?
We keep doing fake bands, and that band comes together to play the memorial for Mitch Baylor, Drew Baylor's dad. The cool thing about that was Paul Schneider, who plays Jesse, Drew's cousin, the leader of Ruckus, our band. He is a drummer and a singer. And I wanted My Morning Jacket, who I love so much, to be in the movie and kind of surround him as the other guys in the band Ruckus. And then for the lead player, my cousin, Charlie Crow. And of course it ends up in a disaster where they're drenched in water. And everything that could go wrong does go wrong with this band that tried to play Freebird with the best possible intentions. Elizabethtown ends with a road trip and a huge mix map that Kirsten Dunst's character gives to Orlando Bloom's character that not only says be here at a certain time and go look at this great spot in America, but also listen to this specific piece of music while you're doing it. And kind of ends the movie on this emotional note where you really get the feeling of the road and America and how music is such an indelible part of the road.
Dad, we should have taken this trip years ago.
Each one of these songs made it into the movie and was selected because they meant something to me. And I hope for you that these songs and the soundtrack itself connects to you and ultimately leads you back to the movie, which is a bigger song about life and love and longing and celebration and all the great things that make life worth living, especially music. So hopefully these songs are a map back to Elizabethtown.
Please don't take this as rejection.
I really don't.
Starts Friday, October 14th.
But they say it will hit you. It could be 10 minutes or it could be 10 years from now. So it's good that you talk about it. Well, that's what they say.
That's what they say, huh?
Yes, that's what they say.
I've always wondered this. Who were they?
You know, them.
Them.
The inimitable collective them.
And who says we're supposed to listen to them?
They do!
Doesn't your ear hurt?
Yes, it does. And I have to get up in 2 hours and be charming. Going to Hawaii.
You'll get there and have fun.
I'll get there and sleep. It's just a little vacation I traded Roots for. I'll let you go.
Wait. When will you be back? Hello? Still there?
Yeah. I'm just wondering if this whole thing is better on the phone. So much better on the phone. Maybe we should never face each other again.
I enjoyed this.
Hey, you're only 45 minutes away. You want to meet halfway and see the sunrise? At this point, it's probably easier to stay up.
You think so?
I think that's what they say. Hey, you still with me?
Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah, I'm still here.
Take exit 43.
Okay. I see your headlights. I see your red hat.
There you are. Hello.
Hey.
Should we hang up now?